the one, the only, Ben Sion.
Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Pesachim Pesachim Perek Tet Mishnayos Beis and Gimel. Mishnah Beis says Ezo Hidarach L'Cholka. We talked about either your Tameh or Hidarach L'Cholka. You have the availability of doing a Pesach training. What's Hidarach L'Cholka? How far away from Yerushalayim? You really don't have to go. You could wait till Pesach training. Min HaModiim V'Lachutz. Modiim. If anyone who lives in Israel, there's a place Modiim. There's Modiim Elite, roughly the same area over there. It's about 15 kilometers. Rav Bartenura says from Yerushalayim. That's not that far. You have cars nowadays, but technically, even if you live right in Modiim or Kmidas al-Charuach, or 15 kilometers away from Yerushalayim in any direction, you don't have to go. You don't have to make sure. You could go for Pesach Rishon, but you don't have to. You can make it a Pesach Sheni. Divrei Rabbi Akiva. That's been Rabbi Akiva. Lezer Omer Mispakar HaHazara V'Lachutz. He says even if you're outside the Hazara. Now, it doesn't mean it, and anyone would be potter, or no one lives in the Beis HaMikdash. It means to say that even if you're closer than Modim, you're within 15 kilometers, you live in Telstone, just less than 15 kilometers, I believe. Nonetheless, if you're on your way and a different onus happens, one of your children gets sick or something, you're not able to come, so that also has Pesach Sheni. Amar Rabbi Yossi, Lefich Knakar al Hey, Lomer Lo Mibnei Sherachoka Vada El Mishra Skuba Hazara Lachutz. It says Zerachoka, right? Rechoka is spelled with a hey, but there's a dot on top of the hey in the Torah. Why is there a dot on top of it? It teaches you this thing that even if it's not really far, right? It's just far practically because even though you tried coming, but someone got sick or there's some other onus which have unfortunate circumstance. So therefore, you also push the Pesach Sheni. So that's one opinion. Yakiva holds no. You're only considered Derech Koka if you're actually far away. We pass in like Rabbi Akiva that you have to be far away. Otherwise, it's called onus. And if you don't do Pesach Sheni, you can still do Pesach Sheni. However, if you don't do Pesach Sheni, you be Chayav Kares as opposed to Derech Koka, where if you didn't do Pesach Sheni, you wouldn't be Chayav Kares. It's an optional. You wouldn't be Chayav Kares. Gimel Ma Bein Pesach Rishon L'Sheni. Technically, what's the difference between Pesach Rishon and Pesach Sheni? A Rishon Asar B'Bal Yirah B'Al Yimatzeh. There's an Isra on Pesach of owning chametz or seeing chametz. Sheni matzav chametz imol abayah on Yudal Iyar. You don't have to you don't have to get rid of your matzah, your chametz. You can have chametz with you at the table. Harishon ton halal b'achila. So Sheni ton halal b'achila. Right, when you eat the korban pesach on the night of the seder, you say halal. You say halal during the seder. The Sheni, you don't have to say halal while you're eating the korban pesach. Zev zeh ton halal v'siyas. However, if you bring a pesach sheni, you bring it as a korban. Right, you have to say Hallel, like so we described in the Masechta. They used to say Hallel in 3 groups when they did the Karan Pesach. So also the Pesach Sheni, you say Hallel. The Levim would say Hallel. And Echalin Sli Al Matzah Maron B'Dochen As Hashat. But Pesach Sheni also has to be eaten completely roasted, grilled on the fire. You can't cook it. And also it has to be accompanied with matzah. So Maron, you're supposed to eat it with matzah and maror. B'Dochen As Hashabbos. And apparently, if Yudal Iyar falls out on Shabbos, it would be Tocha. You can shech the Karan Pesach and bring the Karan Pesach on Shabbos to eat it that night on Ted Vav Iyar with matzahs, merorim. That's the conclusion of today's share. Stay tuned for Ian Mitzion, where I want to talk about, explain further, the relationship between Chametz and Matzah on Pesach. Is the idea that you're not supposed to have Chametz on Pesach is because to make sure that you'll enable you to have more Matzah. If I don't have Chametz, I'll eat Matzah. That's the only thing around. Or is there something repulsive about chametz? We'll talk about that. Ian Mitzion coming up next.